following podcast is presented by Secret Room Multimedia.
What's up, dude?
Not much. What? It's been a while.
Yeah, I think we're good to just jump right back in, though. I mean, we've been doing this long enough.
All right, let's see.
You want to take it? You want to intro?
Me. Yeah, I got this. Okay. Now, how did it go? I'm Biggs Biggleman, and this is NPI. No, wrong. Okay.
Really?
I'm Liam Neeson, and I swear if you harm my... Fuck!
Closer.
No.
Closer, warmer, better.
Oh, okay. I will remember you. Will you remember me? No,
that's not it, but I kind of wanted to keep going with that
God damn
one.
you, Sarah McLachlan. Get out of my head. We don't have the money. We don't have the money.
I do believe I will.
Oh, seriously, though, let's get this on the ball. Okay. 2 more times, tops.
All right, let's go. We got this.
I got this. The following episode, The Mysterious Universe, is sponsored by Squarespace. It's still wrong. Oh, shit. Okay, last time. You're listening to The Fair Point. I'm Craig Lewis.
Will you remember me?
That's Nathan Capisser.
I let my opportunity to introduce myself pass me by. Weep not for the memories. We've been gone for a while. Sorry that took so long. We are a little rusty if you haven't noticed. That's on me.
It's not just on you. I've been busy myself.
Me. Yeah, but I'm sorry. I went and without even consulting Craig, I went and cryogenically froze myself so that I could be unfrozen in June at the premiere of the Jurassic World movie.
Yeah, it's a good thing I forgot my king crown hat here, and I stopped by to get it back, and this motherfucker's frozen. This motherfucker's Elsa over here.
Craig, all right, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I was about to make the joke, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let that one go.
Nathan.
I did it anyway! Yeah, the suspense and the waiting, the patience is killing me. The impatience, rather. Jurassic World. Craig has repeatedly denied all of my attempts to turn this into a Jurassic Park weekly podcast.
Yeah, I mean, that's just I think we'd run out of material.
You'd be surprised. I bet you I could make it work. Oh, I could make it work.
We've also already talked about Jurassic Park in our Michael Crichton episode. Go look that one up.
And the Chaos Effect episode.
And the Chaos Effect. Yeah, we already... See, this is the thing. I make deals with you. You're like, can we just make this podcast about Jurassic Park? I'm like...
Craig's like, I'll meet you halfway. How about we make the podcast just about Batman?
I think this means we need to start 2 separate podcasts. Don't be fooled by a directionless banter, though. This really isn't the Jurassic World episode. It's actually the Spear of Destiny, just like it's titled.
The Spear of Destiny, which, if you're not familiar with that terminology, it's also known as the Holy Lance.
A fantastical weapon.
It's the spear that was used to pierce Christ's side as he was being crucified. Right. And supposedly is bestowed with magical powers because of its contact with
the holy body.
Yeah, and his blood. So this is going to be a way wild episode.
Yeah, filled with Christian mythology. I hear Christians don't like their Bible stories being called mythology.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, there has to be a point made that the word mythology refers to something. Whether it's not a statement on whether or not there's credulity to it, or whether or not it's spiritually true or factually and historically true. It's just that is what it is. It is the mythology associated with Christianity.
Yeah, something that being mythology doesn't necessarily make it fake.
It's not a judgment on the legitimacy of the information. It's just terms. I guess.
There's so many stories in the Bible, and I feel like you can't expect all of them to be 100% accurate. I mean, hear me out. Do you really believe a man lived inside of a whale? Maybe. Well, I'm glad we got that all out in the air, so we can not get the hate mail that we got from last time.
What hate mail?
All that hate. Oh,
the chess episode.
I was talking about the Scientology one.
Oh yeah, we didn't get hate mail. We just got shut down for like a month.
That was because you froze yourself and stopped paying.
Wait, stopped paying the Scientologists?
No, stop.
Or the internet bill?
Stop paying the internet.
I thought you meant like I stopped paying my Scientology bill.
They shut you down. They froze you. Good thing I intervened, or else you were about to get boarded onto a DC-8 and dropped in a volcano.
Listen to last week's episode if you're lost and have no idea what we're talking about. And you'll still be lost and have no idea what we're talking about, but we'll be in the same boat.
Yeah, it's not necessarily your fault, but it certainly isn't our fault either. Before we get into the rest of the podcast, I just want to take a quick side note, stop everything. This is going to come out of left field, but I need to say this. I want to say congratulations to my girlfriend, Sarah. She has just officially passed all her exams, and now she is officially licensed hairstylist.
Woohoo! High five for Sarah. I thought you were going to be like, this is going to come completely out of left field, but Jewish people run the media. George W. Bush was responsible for 9/11. And wrestling is real. God damn it.
Soylent Green is people, everybody. Oh, come on. Even I know wrestling's not real.
Even I know Soylent Green's not people. All right, so as is usually the case here on Fairpoint, instead of jumping right into the topic, we're going to look at some news first. So,
because why not?
Why not? Not only because why not, but also because it's just been the format of this podcast for 97 episodes. So, Craig, why don't you drop some news on us?
I don't know how new this news is, but it's new to me. It's basically been made official that at least in the next set of Star Wars anthology films, the second one will be about Boba fucking Fett. All you Fett lovers out there, get ready for an origin.
So basically, how they're going, a new Star Wars movie every year. Episode 7, then a side movie, then episode 8, then a side movie. So like after episode 8, we're getting a Boba Fett movie.
Right. It's just like Nostalgia Critic episodes.
How is it at all like
you get a Nostalgia Critic episode, then an editorial, then a Nostalgia Critic episode, then an editorial. It's just some filler in between weeks.
So yeah, I don't know how to feel about a Boba Fett movie. We'll see. I almost feel like they shouldn't make one because
they can't do justice to the badassery that people have given him.
Yeah, they can't do justice of like 40 years of built expectations, and like nothing can live up to whatever is in each of our own minds.
Yeah, but whatever it is, it's got to be better than accidentally getting knocked into a Sarlacc pit.
Well, it'll be an origin story though.
Right, so it's got to be better than that.
When they cast Benedict Cumberbatch as Boba Fett, I'll be accepting your apology. Sorry, I talk only in Jurassic Park quotes now.
Do you think they're going to cast Benedict Cumberbatch? I don't know.
No, I don't, which is precisely why I know they will.
I think Vin Diesel would do much better in the role. No. We're going to go with a safe bet. Channing Tatum. Perfect.
Oh, God.
We have a movie, folks. We have a movie. Channing Tatum.
All male Star Wars. They've seen now that there's like more now that there's more diversity in the new Star Wars movie, they figured this is just going to be all white guys starring Channing Tatum.
So basically, like the first couple films?
The way Star Wars was intended to be. All white guys, one white girl, one black dude.
That's it.
One ambiguously gay robot couple.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, we don't even know if R2 was really accepting of it.
Oh, no. C-3PO is definitely the accepting one.
You think half the time R2 is just like, make me a sandwich. Make me a sandwich.
Oh, jeez. We will be accepting all of your hate mail as per usual. fairpointpodcast@yahoo.com.
Have you heard about Machinima's new lineup of quality web entertainment?
I heard about one new show that they're doing.
What have you heard about?
First-person RoboCop series, which means the whole show is shot through the first-person view of RoboCop and like other robot droids and cameras and stuff.
So it's basically like those 10 annoying minutes of the remake movie, but for the entire show, and maybe not so annoying.
But it's gonna ignore the remake and the original and just sort of do its own RoboCop.
Oh, okay. So it's like a live-action Call of Duty.
Yeah, right. I feel like, here's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to put it down because they're doing something original. So I'm not going to put it down
Fair
because
enough.
they're going out on a limb and doing something that's not guaranteed to succeed and that's a little weird. So good on them. It may not be my cup of tea. I'm not into first-person shooters. I was never a huge RoboCop fan. But cool, go forward with it.
Well, that's not even the one that I heard about, and I've heard of a few.
Okay.
Now. They kind of have me excited. There's a new Justice League animated series they're putting out.
Oh, sweet.
But it's going to be way different, like a parallel universe, Other Earth, Justice League, like real different. Like basically, they've said everybody looks different. It's going to be darker, and Superman is the son of Zod.
What?
Right?
Okay, so it's really different. Okay.
Really different. I'm trying to stress that point.
Batman's parents are alive.
No, Batman is Thomas Wayne. No, wait, they've already done that.
Ben Affleck's playing the Joker.
Maybe it's better than Jared Leto. Maybe it's not.
And DC is the one with successful movie franchises.
Is this some kind of backwards universe?
And Soylent Green is people. Wrestling's fake.
Okay, so at least we have something to keep us grounded.
Jewish people don't control the media.
All right. Truth or Nathan over here.
I hope everybody's well aware that I'm totally just satirizing that phrase, that mind state.
That whole, yeah.
I know. I'm also well aware that I just killed my own joke by having to explain it instead of just letting it hang there. But
yeah, just let the people hate you if they want to hate you. If they can't see it's satire. Clive Barker's got a new show coming out on Machinima.
Okay.
It's called Clive Barker's Creepypasta. It's going to be urban legends based on the internet stories.
Oh, man.
Clive Barker, everybody, the man that brought you Hellraiser.
So it's basically, do you remember that show, Believe It or Not, Fact or
Yes.
Fiction, with Jonathan Riker?
Right, yeah. The guy from Star Wars?
yes.
Or Star Trek?
His name's not Jonathan Riker, it's Jonathan Frakes. He was Commander Riker on
Commander Riker Jonathan Frakes from Star Trek. TNG, everybody. TNG.
So basically, it's going to be beyond belief, but just bullshit.
I don't know. Creepypasta stories are pretty cool. Sometimes they're fun to read.
Most of them are lame. Some of them are cool. The rare few.
I was kind of freaking out about when I was reading the Squidward suicide creepypasta. Did you ever read that one?
No.
Or did you ever hear about that
I think I
one?
have heard about it.
That one is really disturbing. Just putting yourself into like thinking of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Do tell. Explain. What happens in this creepypasta?
What happens in Squidward's suicide?
I'm assuming Squidward commits suicide.
Well, yeah, it was apparently a lost episode of SpongeBob SquarePants, and this is told through the perspective of an intern at Nickelodeon Studios that had to pre-screen all of the episodes that came out. And they all thought it was kind of a joke because apparently sometimes the animators would like throw in really dirty stuff or whatever to throw off the people and kind of make them laugh. And it was just like Squidward in super hyper reality animation, all looking sad and coming home. And he gets booed off the stage at one of his clarinet recitals. So he comes home and he's just like sobbing into his hands and just sobbing and sobbing. And, the guy's talking about how everybody's getting like uncomfortable watching this.
Well, I've got to stop you there. I cannot imagine Squidward in hyper-realistic animation. I'm trying to.
It's tough. And so then it just starts showing all this like graphic footage of, people getting shot and murdered and set on fire and kids getting tortured and stuff. And I was like, what's going on? And
they're like, what is this? It's one of their little silly pranks. Oh, Real fun. Oh, cute, funny. They got us.
So,
look,
yeah.
that guy just got shot in the face.
So they called a couple of the animators and the lead writer down to the thing it was a Saturday, so they had to come in from home to look at it, and they're like, what are you talking about? You're having trouble watching this. Like, is this a joke? What do you mean? So they are wrapping up this episode, and it basically ends with it getting so intense and all these children screaming and crying, and then Squidward crying, and then he just picks up a shotgun and blows his own head off in hyper reality animation. So they're all like, one person like gets up and goes out of the room to puke, and then the animator and the head writer comes in and they show him this, like, are you fucking serious? Why would you do this? You're wasting our time. You're wasting our money making this bullshit. And he's like, we didn't do that. And that was basically the end of the story.
I didn't see that coming. And they were like, whoa. Music sting swells.
Who said you can't listen to a podcast and randomly hear the cliff notes of a creepypasta? Clive Barker, do this one.
And the post to that story is that it turns out that story wasn't actually written by a Nickelodeon exec, but a 13-year-old.
One guy's in the corner just puking his balls out. Another one's wanking off. The other guy's like, oh, that video was fire, man. That was fire.
All right, so today's topic, the Spear of Destiny.
Child.
Also known as the Holy Lance or the Spear of Longinus.
Oh, yeah. My Longinus has a spear.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. It's, as we said, the spear that pierced the side of Jesus as he hung on the cross.
Yeah, one of the soldiers with a spear pierced his side, and forthwith came there out blood and or water.
That's the Gospel of John.
1934.
There you go. Yeah, that's the only time it's mentioned in the Bible, correct?
The actual spear?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of, but yeah, I guess so. In 1932, it says, "Then came the soldiers, and brake the legs of the first and of the other which was crucified with him. But when they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they brake not his legs." So they would use the spear to poke them after they're dead to make sure that they're dead.
Yeah, basically what had happened was all the Jewish leaders petitioned Pontius Pilate to go and hasten the deaths of Jesus and all the others hanging on the crosses because they didn't want them hanging up there, suffering half dead on the Sabbath, which also happened to be Passover.
Yeah, this was the Easter story / not quite Passover story.
So, yeah, the Romans were going to just go break Jesus' legs to hasten up his death, as they did with the two people beside him that were crucified. But when they realized he was already dead and it would be unnecessary, they were like, hey, poke him with a stick. See if he's dead.
Hit him with the pointy side.
And this was actually considered to be fulfillment of Old Testament prophecy, one of which was that not one of his bones will be broken, speaking, of course, of the Messiah. Can we say we're going to talk about religion
prophecy
a lot? So you can't get mad. Don't get mad. If you're going to get mad, don't listen to this episode.
Well, Nathan, I just want to let you know they didn't know you were using air quotes.
I didn't use air quotes.
I thought you did.
I was putting my hands up in defense.
Oh, no, before that, when you're talking about the not one of his limbs be broken thing. I could have sworn you used an air quote. Maybe I just imagine you using an air quote.
Nathan's over here like the Messiah.
That's my man you're talking about. Better watch out.
But no, we make jokes, and if you're not comfortable with that, we totally respect that. But for real, just stop listening. Because we're going to make jokes. We don't mean disrespect to anybody that doesn't deserve disrespect. It'll be obvious if we intend disrespect. And we don't intend no disrespect to Jesus. Jesus was a cool dude.
But this guy that killed Jesus, this Cassius Longinus, that Joker, that fucking Yahoo.
Hey, he repented, supposedly, maybe.
He's a fishtuckus.
Well, talking about him, his name was Cassius Gaius Longinus, correct?
Yeah, he was Roman.
He was Roman. He was a Roman
I
centurion.
don't know if you could tell
Yeah.
by the name.
Figured that much out. Also because, he was one of the soldiers that was... Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
He got the spear as a gift from his grandpa, who got it as a gift from Julius Caesar.
Oh, pop spear from Caesar?
Yeah, it was for outstanding military service, for
It was
recognition
an
of
awarded
that.
spear.
Yes.
It wasn't just like, it's Christmas.
Julius Caesar's like, Merry Christmas.
It's also your birthday.
No, it was Longinus's grandpa that got it, not Jesus. Jesus was never in possession of the spear.
Well, kind of was for a short time.
Could you imagine the havoc he could have wreaked? Oh, Longinus was like, my grandfather gave me this spear, which Julius Caesar gave to him. And
Which was given to Caesar by Jesus.
Now I'm giving it to you, Jesus. Oh!
I accept, child, is all he said.
Early traditions carried that Longinus was punished for having poked dead Jesus with the stick.
Yeah? Like being stoned by the peoples? The peoples that put him up there?
No. He was banished to this cave, which a lion visited every night, and he would maul him straight until morning, and then all his wounds would heal throughout the day.
Oh, so...
And then he would get mauled again.
So we're going back to
Prometheus.
historical fact.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He just mended daily.
That's what happened to Prometheus,
Yeah.
The myth of the bird that would tear out his liver.
So Longinus is the Christian Prometheus.
Oh, man, excuse my voice. I've been sick, and damn, this podcast has already taken its toll on me.
There, it's out.
So while those early traditions hold that he would suffer that fate forever and ever for all eternity, soon he ended up being recognized as a saint. And the news story goes that he was this blind Roman soldier who stabbed Jesus in the side. I don't know why they told the blind guy to do it. Maybe they were just being dicks. They're like,
Right.
Hey, I got this. Hold on. Hey, Longinus.
Yeah.
Longinus.
What?
Why don't you go over there and stab Jesus in the side? He's right over there.
Do I have to?
No, over there, right to your... Yeah, apparently.
Where? It's like a piñata.
Clint Howard was Longinus.
Clint Howard is now everybody in history. No, I think what was weird is that if it was a blind guy, maybe he was supposed to spear him, just like impale him completely up from the bottom up, but he was blind and he missed.
No, he wasn't supposed to. He was just poking
To pike him?
to make sure he's dead. I just think they were like having fun at his expense.
I'm stretching.
watching him try to get Jesus. Oh, you almost got it. No, a little more to the right. Back up a little bit.
This guy's aiming at seagulls. The seagulls were there to pick the... No, never mind.
So supposedly when he finally got it and stabbed Jesus right under his ribs, some blood fell in his eyes, and that immediately cured him of his blindness, and he then converted to Christianity right on the spot. Shit, I would too.
I would have some troubles. If I was the one that pierced the side of Jesus, and his blood cured me, I would immediately be like, oh shit, we were all fucking wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I would have converted to Christianity right on the spot too.
Right, but it's too late. You done killed him. You helped.
He's still often said, though, to have been cursed with immortality by God, either by dying and being reborn,
Deservedly so.
or just being immortal. He was played by John Wayne, actually, in the 1965 film The Greatest Story Ever Told.
I got this spear, Pilgrim. As long as you just say Pilgrim after every sentence, you're good. John Wayne.
His name most likely originates from the Greek word for lance. Like there probably wasn't an actual soldier named Longinus. The Greek version of his name and the Greek word for lance are very similar, and it's first seen written over the head of the guy stabbing Jesus in the side in an illustration in the borders of the Robula Gospels, which was
I remember those ones. Fucking classics.
They're an old-ass Aramaic illuminated manuscript with pictures all around the borders.
Yeah, those are good. Good manuscripts.
So the big deal about this wound that was created by the spear was that it spilled both blood and water.
Yeah, so like his body was filled with water as well. It was probably holy water, right?
Well, all our bodies are filled with water. But it's actually, we know nowadays that there's nothing necessarily weird about that. That could totally easily happen.
That just a whole bunch of water just starts like bottles of water start pouring out of you.
You have water in your body, and I think it's because his heart could have been pierced or something. I don't know what it was, but like water and blood could have easily both spilled out of there. There's an easy scientific explanation for that, but it's still held up as a miracle, representing both his divinity and the fact that he's man.
But you would think normally the water would mix with the blood when it comes out. So miracle it is.
Yeah, I guess the water was supposed to represent the purity, the divinity in him, God, and then the blood represents that he was man. And that's what's considered one of the 5 holy wounds. The other 4 holy wounds were the nail holes on his hands or wrists and his feet.
See, I always thought there was just one on the feet, and there was one big spike that went through both.
Right? That's kind of what I thought too, but...
Wrong.
Oh, well, there'd still be 2 wounds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It would still be, of course, 1 spike, 2 wounds. Cutting down costs.
Don't watch that YouTube video.
Too late, you can. It's just been removed.
So the first historical reference to the lance comes from the 6th century pilgrim Antonius of Piacenza.
Piacenza.
Who claimed to have seen the crown of thorns with which our Lord was crowned and the lance with which he was struck in the side.
Oh, they were kept together?
He saw them in Jerusalem at the Basilica of Mount Zion.
For some reason, I was just really hoping you were going to say last year's Comic-Con.
He bought them on eBay.
Right? And he's like, I'm going to set up a booth. I have to show these off. Oh, no. So he hitchhiked up to Zion, stared at the crown of thorns alongside the spear because Longinus just was like, this is a gift from my daddy. I am going to just let it go.
This was 600 years later.
Oh, so basically what you're saying is they gave the crown of thorns to Longinus and he kept them together and then packed them away for future eBay sellage.
I don't know. Nobody knows what happened.
Well, he brought them up to Zion.
What I'm saying is that the first historical reference to it was this guy saying, I saw the spear that pierced Jesus' side. That was the first time that anyone in history ever mentioned a spear that pierced Jesus' side. So the idea is if you possess this holy lance, it gives you the ability to conquer the world. But the thing is, the catch is, losing it will bring your death immediately.
You hear that, Justin Bieber? Don't let it go. Don't let it go.
Justin Bieber has the lance?
It's the only explanation I can think of.
No, that's the only explanation you can think of. Not like 12-year-old girls. 12-year-old girls is just a much more rational explanation to me.
Considering how I never was a 12-year-old girl, I can't relate.
Well, considering how I still am.
You know. So I think by the end of this podcast, we should come up with a solution as to who is currently holding the real spear.
Well, maybe not who currently has it, but we could probably figure out who the last few people to have it were.
Yeah, I bet we could.
Once they were really powerful, and then they lost it and they died.
Yeah, just still waiting for George Bush to die.
You know how many people throughout history you could apply that to, though?
Yeah, they just keep sharing it. It's like weekends at Hitler's, Monday, Tuesday at Stalin.
Oh, like they had shared custody.
Yeah, they did.
Well, Attila the Hun was actually reported to have acquired it. Story goes, though, once his army struck misfortune, he basically hopped on his horse, rode it over to Rome. Rome was like, oh shit, that's Attila the Hun, oh fuck. Send out some officers to surrender the city. We don't want to fuck with Attila the Hun. So the officers went out waving their white flag like, it's cool, we surrender, the city's all yours.
Easiest capture ever.
Now he just rides up. He didn't intend on taking the city. He rides up takes the fucking lance, throws it at their feet, and says, "Take back your holy lance. It is of no use to me, since I do not know him that made it holy."
Oh, so it was of use to you when you thought you were conquering shit, but once like shit happens, you're like, I don't
Fuck
even know
this
this
Lance.
dude. I don't even know this dude.
I don't even know. I don't know Jesus. I don't know Jesus. Fuck this lance.
Man, this dude Jesus, like, who is he anyway?
Rode off. He's like, "No help. That's all me."
I did it on my own. Then he died.
Promptly had a heart attack, fell off his horse.
Jesus is up there with a death note like, delete.
And those two officers rose to conquer all of Rome.
We came to surrender. Now we're the leaders. We drove off Attila the Hun on our own.
So about surrendering. Yeah, most of what we just said didn't actually happen, just for the record.
Are you sure?
Up until the point where Attila throws it off and then rides away triumphantly singing Drake.
Oh, I was gonna say change Drake to Whitesnake, and it's true.
Saint Maurice, the leader of the Theban Legion, supposedly had it. Do you know anything about the Theban Legion?
It's a funny sounding name. That's all I know.
They be hating.
They hating Thebans.
The Theban Legion was 6,666 Christian soldiers. Basically, the Roman emperor or whoever ordered them to go fight for him. And after the battle, he told them they had to sacrifice to the Roman gods. And they were like, "No, like, we're Christian. Like,
Christian."
They were straight up like, "We're loyal soldiers. Whatever you tell us to do, we'll do." But we made an oath to God. And after that, we made an oath to you. And if we break our first oath, then what good is our second oath? What good is our word to you?
And then they kill him.
So he was like, "All right, fine, decimate the army." And decimating, as I think you educated me on an earlier episode of the podcast, means you kill 1/10 of the army.
Yep.
So he had them decimated at random. They were still like, "No, we're not going to sacrifice to the Roman gods." Had them decimated again. Eventually he was just like, "Fuck it." Killed all of them. And supposedly Saint Maurice, the leader of them, had the Spear of Destiny. Apparently it didn't help him.
Didn't help him at all. No, they still had to surrender, and they didn't conquer shit.
"Oh, that's okay. They wanted them to pray to Jupiter, Roman gods."
Those Roman sissy
Good.
pants.
Fuck Jupiter. That guy's a dick. He's always ripping off my style.
Kind of is.
I'll tell you, if Jupiter, I mean, I'll put it like this: if I'm Bill Hicks, he's Dennis Leary.
Ha.
If I'm the Gaslight Anthem, he's the Killers. Wait, no, I think I got that backwards. If I'm the in any case, if I'm Denzel, he's that guy on the Allstate commercials.
Don't you dare fucking insult President Palmer. Yeah, I watched 24 loyally. He was the goddamn president.
Thank you, Zeus.
Thank you.
Constantine, the Roman emperor who legalized Christianity, supposedly had it and believed it was what led him to victory. Supposedly Charlemagne.
Constantine? The guy that smoked a lot and like was kind of like a demon hunt? No?
Not the DC Comics John Constantine.
Hellblazer?
Not Hellblazer. Not Keanu Reeves.
Definitely not Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves had it, and
Keanu Reeves isn't even Constantine.
he lost it shortly before the filming of The Matrix Reloaded.
Burn!
And then he sat down and ate a sandwich
And died.
inside.
Which
A
is
little
why the only time you see Keanu Reeves now is in one of those whoa memes. Oh shit, he's in a new movie, isn't he?
Supposedly Charlemagne acquired the spear and carried it through 47 battles before dying after dropping it. He just dropped it and he was like, "Oh shit, let me pick. Oh fuck, I'm dead."
Charlemagne?
Yeah.
It's a pretty name.
Like, you can't set it down? Like, what do you have to cuddle with it when you go to sleep?
Yes.
You have to shower with it? Like,
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure the Thebes didn't put it down.
Charlemagne died after setting it down outside the shower and promptly slipping in the bathtub and breaking his neck.
That's some Final Destination shit.
Because Charlemagne had a shower.
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, what it probably was just some wood blocks, like, propped up, some, plyboard. And then there was an elephant spraying water over the top of
A woolly mammoth.
No, don't be silly. Those fuckers weren't around. It was an elephant.
Oh, they were around. They wouldn't stoop so low as to serve man at his most naked.
It's a living.
Napoleon reportedly tried to acquire the lance, but failed. And this is all, like, historically documented. Like, this is one of the legitimate artifacts believed to be the lance, which we're going to talk
And
about
as he
in a minute.
failed, he promptly put his hand inside of his shirt buttons.
Which he does generally as he does anything. He does that when he succeeds.
He
when
does
he
that
fails,
when he fails, too. Yeah. He does that when he's crapping. He does that when he's cooking grilled cheese sandwiches. He does that when he's listening to Gaslight Anthem.
Or the Killers.
Or the Killers.
Because
to
who
him,
can tell the difference?
he can't decide. It's like left Twix, right Twix all over again.
Now, my favorite story, though, about the Spear of Destiny was in the year 1097. A Christian monk in France named Peter Bartholomew began having visions that the Spear of Destiny was buried underneath the Church of St. Peter. So, I guess they dug it up, and they found something, although a lot of people were suspicious of him, like, that he
They
might
were like
be,
all weary and shit.
yeah, that he might be kind of full of shit.
I don't know. You sound like that Mormon guy.
Oh, I totally found something. I hope this guy doesn't come to stab me and take it away from me.
I don't know, Casper. It doesn't sound like that would happen.
Clint Howard and Casper Hauser probably are, like, best friends.
They look alike. I'm sure of it.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, sure.
Nothing, just doing dishes. What are you doing? Yeah, I don't know. I was just calling to see what you're doing, if you wanted to hang out.
Oh, sure. Well, these dishes got to get done, but after that, I got to get crazy and party. I just found this new lance.
We should totally go dancing. So, they dug up the Spear of Destiny, supposedly under this church, and brought it with them to battle in the First Crusades. So, Peter kept having visions from angels, from Jesus, from St. Andrew, who would even start eventually giving him military orders to give the military leaders in charge of the Crusades.
Damn, I want those kinds of visions. That seems very vivid.
Yeah, they didn't really like that. Like, they were like, really? Now you're telling us how to do our... Oh, Jesus told you we have to... So...
First off, you're a fucking monk.
They already kind of thought he was a liar.
So he really is like that Mormon guy that discovered Mormonism.
I never said... I made a comparison to Casper Hauser.
No, I did.
Oh, I
made
didn't hear
the
that.
comparison.
Joseph Smith?
Yeah, Joseph Smith. That's it.
Well, to prove himself, he did something Joseph Smith never did and went through an ordeal by fire to prove that he would be protected by God.
And the spear.
And he promptly died from the burns.
Oh, yeah, he dropped the spear to cross the fire.
He claimed, however, that he wasn't hurt by the flames, but the crowd that rushed him afterwards to tell him how super cool and awesome he was.
Trampled him, and he died.
And, yeah, total Casper Hauser, this guy. Oh, no, I didn't die from the burns. The doctor's like, it was the burns. No, it was this crowd, like, rushed me. I was totally talking to the nurse earlier. The doctor's like, it was the burns.
He high-fived people, and his skin was just melting off.
This crowd rushed me to tell me how super cool and awesome I was, and I just it was three people, and they were trying to put the fire out. He was clearly on fire, burning.
Yeah, no, it does not hurt.
They were trying to save his life. They very gently patted him down and extinguished the flames. However, even their efforts were not enough to save him from the horrific burns he suffered. Yeah, it wasn't the burns.
Well, there is one other person of note in history that has been rumored to hold this spear with him.
Oh, there's plenty more.
Yeah, but one that is very interesting to me. You might have heard of this guy, Lil Hitler, anybody?
Oh, he's very interesting to you? What are you, a fucking Nazi scholar?
It's interesting that supposedly he held the spear, because that would make a lot of sense. That would put a lot of things into perspective for me on what happened and why it happened.
It would make my understanding of humanity much simpler. I wouldn't have to...
Oh, they were under a spell, like in Once Upon a Time. It all makes sense.
Oh, cool. Okay.
No, Hitler, the man, the myth, the terrible sack of human feces. It's rumored that he...
Human feces?
Human feces.
I don't think that's a fair comparison. I think we should call somebody like, maybe I don't know, Saddam Hussein was a terrible sack of human feces.
Okay, so Hitler was
like a terrible sack of some other type of feces that wouldn't normally be in a human being.
Seagull feces.
We're all kind of sacks of human
rat
feces.
He was a dirty rat feces.
How about he was just a terrible sack of Hitler shit?
Ugh, the rats won't even touch him. So the Lance of Vienna, this spear, is in the Imperial Treasury at the Hofburg Palace. And it was rumored that he would spend his time as a child just going there and staring at it for hours on end.
Now, yes, the Lance of Vienna is one of the 3 major artifacts that still exist in this world today that are considered by some to be the Spear of Destiny.
Right. Who has the real lance?
There's basically the Holy Lance in Rome, which is kept at St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City, though the Catholic Church doesn't actually claim that it's authentic.
They just have it in case.
It's an artifact of historical significance, and it's been in Rome since like the 1400s or something. There's also the Holy Lance in Ekmiadzin. This one's in Vagharspat.
Oh, yeah, Vagharspat.
Which is the religious capital of Armenia. It's very obviously created to be a religious relic, though. It's got, like, a cross on it. It doesn't look like it was something that was ever actually intended to be a weapon. So
right.
It's
it kind of looks more like a spade than a spear tip.
And then there's the Holy Lance in Vienna that you're talking about.
Looks like a fucking spear.
This one actually is the most likely candidate, but even this one can only be traced back to the 10th century, so they're all kind of dubious in origin.
Well, anyways, it has been said he would stare at this one for hours on end and just like contemplate on it. And they said they contemplated his world domination. He was going to one day take the spear and do what he'd do. Get rid of the Jew.
Because real life is...
So, I'm sorry.
Real life is a Marvel comic book.
Right. And, one day, there was this time called 1938. You remember it? Yeah, invasion of Austria. The German forces, Hitler in power, takes over. He seizes a spear for his own personal gain and continues his rampant destruction of chaos and madness across all of Europe.
Well, here's the thing. Historically, yes, Hitler did come into possession of the Vienna Lance. He had it, as well as a bunch of other religious artifacts.
Yeah, because he was such a paranormal freak.
Not necessarily.
Loved it, though. He did.
But what I'm saying is, historically, it can be verified that, yes, he did take the Spear of Destiny. He may or may not have been obsessed with the occult.
Oh, no, that's me telling you that he was.
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to clarify.
Verifying.
Yes, historically, it is true he did have the Vienna Lance. But all this stuff about him being obsessed with it, like him having such a drive to take it, he may have just had it because he was fucking Hitler. He had anything in Germany that was of
this
value.
Is important? This is
mine! I found it! It's mine!
Mine! Can I hold it, Hitler? No. Nine!
Mine! Mine!
Mine! You go sit and see pine! Are you okay, Hitler? I am fine!
Fine!
That crazy, wily cat.
So yeah, the story of Hitler being super, super into the occult, a lot of that was mostly the invention of author Trevor Ravencroft. who
yeah.
he held the idea that Hitler was this satanically obsessed man that pretty much started World War II just to get the Spear of Destiny.
Because, yeah, that's a reason to start a world war, to possess an artifact. I feel like you would already have to be doing well in this war to get to that point. Or maybe just start there.
Yeah, apparently because the real world is written by the writers of NBC's Heroes.
Well, I mean, at least the Scientology mythos is, oh!
It turns out this whole war was just because Hitler wanted the spear that pierced Jesus.
He's sick of his shit. But no, the story, at least the one that I was always told from legend, gets weirder. Days before Hitler shot and killed himself, the U.S. forces had taken over one of the bases and found the artifact in one of his stores, that he was keeping them stored away. And, a couple days later, he shot and killed himself. Demise, the whole story is coming to fruition.
Now,
and then they returned it to Vienna, right?
Okay.
Right? Now, here's my thought.
Hitler came back to life.
No, zombie Hitler! It's Wolfenstein! No, the troops held on to it, and they gave a fake back to Vienna, and it's somewhere in U.S. possession.
Oh, shit. But see, the thing is, even that was Trevor Ravencroft fudging the facts. Like, when the U.S.
What a man.
The U.S. did come into possession of it. That's true as well. That's historically verifiable. IIRC, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure.
But them keeping it and giving a fake, that's my twist. That's my twist.
But the fact that it supposedly happened like right before Hitler killed himself was apparently not true. Like, they didn't actually happen anywhere near each other.
I'm just like lying to people. I'm like, I'm reading Trevin Ravenclaw.
Yeah, Trevin Ravencloth. Which is like, that his real name's Trevor Ravencroft.
Yeah, Trent Rivercross.
Those are his online personalities. He's like, I wish I had a cool name like Trevin Ravencloth or Trent Razorclaw.
No, it's Rivercross.
Rivercross.
It's Clint Razorclaw.
Way more badass. Clint Rivercross.
Whatever it is, it's canon now.
Well, supposedly, I guess this dude, Dr. Howard A. Buchner, retired U.S. Army colonel who served in World War II, he wrote a few books about it too, in which he claims that a former U-boat submariner from Germany contacted him to reveal the truth, which is that the Vienna Spear was a forgery, the current one, as you said, but not from the U.S. Army. The real spear had been transported along with a bunch of other occult treasures and whatnot to Antarctica by order of Hitler under command of Colonel Maximilian Harman, who returned to Antarctica in 1979, recovered the stash, and currently it's hidden by some Nazi secret society somewhere in Europe.
Well, considering how you didn't give the proper respect to Mr. Buckner, MD, excuse you, thank you very much. That means I believe what he says, because he's a doctor, sweetie.
I have to believe doctors.
A doctor. He's an MD. It's his oath to tell the truth.
Okay.
So I was just thinking of something. You know how you got to swear an oath when you go up to court to say, and you swear on the Bible, right?
Yes.
What if you're not Christian? Yeah, I'll fucking swear on this piece of shit.
Yeah, you just thought of that?
People have been doing it for years, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, thought of it. I'm slow, okay?
They probably have you swear on the Quran if you're Muslim or
But what if you're atheist? They'll have you...
They have you swear on the Bible. Yeah.
I was going to say a bowl of spaghetti.
If you're a Pastafarian.
Oh, is that what they're called now?
Oh, yeah.
The flying spaghetti monster people?
Yeah, Pastafarians. We should do an episode about that.
That's pretty cool. So what about standard atheists? They just swear on air. They swear on vaccines.
I swear on my mother. Somebody get his mom.
No, I swear on this vaccine. It will not give you autism.
I swear on this vaccine.
Scientific fact. They swear on scientific fact.
Where's Ricky Gervais? Ricky, will you kneel here? Now place your hand on Ricky Gervais's head and swear on Ricky Gervais.
No, you place your hand on Ricky Gervais's head and swear on Bill Nye. As Neil deGrasse Tyson as my witness.
Bill.
While science does rule, this is not the time nor the place for this.
In DC Comics, Hitler had this spear, and he used it to prevent any superheroes from interfering with World War II.
Oh, shot, it's wax.
Nein!
I am fine. This bear is mine. It's also the MacGuffin for Wolfenstein 3D.
So let me get this straight. You're telling me people listen to this podcast?
Shot. Did you know Indiana Jones searched for the Spear of Destiny?
It was a comic, right?
4-issue comic
Dark
series.
Horse.
Yeah.
Yep. I never read it, but I know that it exists.
It exists, yes. Did he take possession of it? You're going to have to read to find out. Because I didn't read it either. It's also in Hellboy.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And it's also a major item. Basically, the MacGuffin of Constantine, the Keanu Reeves movie as well. Which, funny story, that's where I learned about what the Spear of Destiny was. I was a dumb kid, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't put too much into that. I never heard anything about it in Sunday school or going to church as a kid.
It's not something they teach at church.
Yeah, it's the mythology of it.
If you find the Spear of Destiny, you will have unlimited power.
All I'm saying...
See, if they did teach about that stuff at church, it would have totally got kids way more into it.
Right. Like, why tell me about Noah and his ark or Jonah and the whale?
You're telling me that those stories didn't interest you as a kid. Noah's Ark was like the coolest story when I was a kid.
But why is that one more important to tell me than
Noah's Ark
this
was the original Pokemon.
Two of every one.
Noah was the original fucking Lance.
Who was the daycare center operator if Noah was the original Ash? Oh, no, Lance. You said he was Lance?
I said Lance, who was like the dragon type trainer in the Elite Four.
So Noah was the original Lance that was held by Longinus.
So the Holy Lance is just one piece of what's collectively referred to as the Arma Christi, or the instruments of the Passion. These generally include the true cross, which is the cross itself upon which he was crucified.
Yeah.
Or
that giant piece of wood he carried around.
Yeah, or wood from it. The crown of thorns placed upon his head.
I have a crown, but it's made of inflatableness. Inflatableness.
Check our YouTube to hear the backstory of Craig's crown.
This is a terrible dentist visit.
The column to which Jesus was tied to be whipped and flogged. The whip that they used to lash him.
Of course, because that should be holy as well, right? It should contain his blood.
Right. The holy sponge, which was used to offer him vinegar. You know the story about how they soaked the sponge in the vinegar and they used to give it to him to drink. And he refused it. He was like, no, I'm good.
Why vinegar? They'd be like, I taught you some more. Right?
People are like, why did he? I don't understand the significance of him refusing it. Why did he refuse it? Why? Because it's nasty. He was like, oh, sure. What the fuck, vinegar? You couldn't bring me a Gatorade, bruh?
Motherfucker, at least water. Like, seriously, there's a Dasani machine right over there.
No, but seriously.
Vinegar. Fucking vinegar.
It was drugged.
Am I trying to pass a drug test?
It was drugged wine. It was it was like vinegar wine that was drugged to make the crucifixion more bearable. Jesus refused it to be a badass, to be
so
a
it was
G.
like the olden day painkiller. It was their morphine.
Getting fucked up. The nails, which were used to nail him to the cross, and the veil of Veronica, which supposedly Jesus gave this lady named Veronica a portrait of himself on cloth.
Why?
A velvet Jesus
because
painting, I guess.
He's egotistical.
He's like, here you go. Here's my glossy.
Jesus loves himself. Yes, he do.
So those are the major ones, but also sometimes included in the Arma Christi is the reed that they placed in his hand as a scepter in like mockery. These dudes were all like, oh, hey, oh, all hail Jesus, right? Look, let's put a crown of thorns on his head. Oh, hey,
you're beautiful. You're beautiful.
King of the Jews over here. Everybody bow down.
I got my reed.
Look at his scepter. Oh, bow down. All hail Jesus, Fapple. Look at me, King of the Jews.
Hooray for Zoidberg.
Trying to fit in. Yeah, a bunch of people just wanted to be a dick and mock Jesus, and Yeah, they put a reed in his hand pretending it was a scepter. Then
Because it's like actual torture wasn't embarrassing enough.
right? That's like literally rubbing salt in the wound, except it's not.
It's not literally. It's more figuratively.
Yeah, it's figuratively the literal figurative example of rubbing salt in the
Still
wound.
don't think so. I just get that feeling. It's in my gut.
Like the spear of destiny. Oh. Then there's, of course, the Holy Grail, the chalice that he used at the Last Supper, which Joseph of Arimathea used to catch his blood at the crucifixion.
Right, and as we all know, that's hidden somewhere, probably in Antarctica with the Lance now, because Indiana Jones recovered it.
Dude
and
got it from Antarctica. Oh, Indiana Jones put it back in Antarctica.
Put it back. It's in a safe place.
There's also the seamless robe that Jesus wore at the crucifixion.
Why seamless? Because it's slimming.
I guess the soldiers afterwards had took his clothes and tore them in 4 pieces to split amongst the 4 of them, which is weird. I feel like
I got Jesus's upper right side.
what use is a pair of pants that's been torn into quarters? Like, you'd be better off being like, hey, I'll take his pants, you can have his shoes, I'll take his hat.
I don't think they ever intended to wear a dead man's clothes.
But then the soldiers saw his robe, which was woven whole in 1 piece, and they didn't want to tear it up, so they cast lots to determine who would take it. The dice that they used are sometimes also included in the Arma Christi.
Loaded dice.
Some accounts hold that they didn't actually shoot dice to decide who would take the seamless robe. Instead, they played a sealed deck magic tournament.
Oh, I knew it.
And in these traditions, generally included in the Arma Christi, is the Yu-Gi-Oh deck of the 5th Roman soldier who didn't know how to play Magic.
All I'm saying is Red Green Aggro ran it. Or at least maybe in 2013.
There's also, of course, the hammer that was used to nail him to the cross. The ladder used to climb up and pull him off the cross. Really? The ladder?
The ladder?
That you set next to the...
Hey, I got the ladder that touched Jesus' knuckles.
His ankle brushed it as we were pulling him down.
Why do we always have to go back to we're from Queens?
I don't know.
Oh, big magic guy up there. Guess what? My ladder touched your leg. Am I going to get special powers? Probably not.
I think it's the most fun way to be condescending. I think it's whenever somebody's a condescending,
dickhole, you think of New Yorker?
Which I love New York. I'm from New York.
Of course.
I love New York hip-hop.
I think they're the only ones that can get away with it because you're just the way you said it is fucking hilarious. Your voice, it's amusing to me. The way you enunciate, it's like you're not even from the rest of New York.
So there's the ladder. Apparently the rooster that crowed after Peter's 3rd denial of Jesus. I don't know how that works. You got a 2,000-year-old rooster lying over there somewhere, Pope.
You want a rooster? You got a rooster.
What? Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know how the rooster is part of the Arma Christi, but
the rooster. Well, what happened was when the rooster cock-a-doodled, when the final dew hit, that was when Jesus was gone.
Well, no. I think the story was you know how who was it? You know how Peter denied Christ,
yes.
And Jesus predicted that at the Last Supper or whatever. So
right,
he predicted that the 3rd time he denied him, a rooster would crow. But how is that rooster part of the Arma Christi? Roosters, what's the maximum life expectancy of a rooster?
You don't even know what rooster it was, do you?
How long is its body going to stay preserved? I don't know.
Considering how it's organic material, probably not centuries.
So what else is on this list? Let's see. There's the hand which slapped Jesus's face.
Also gone.
Okay, you know what? You know that's not possible. You know I can't just find that. That's not fair.
What, are we digging up graves or something?
All right, next. The sun and the moon representing the eclipse which occurred during the... Okay, now you're just getting carried away. The sun and the moon are part of the Arma Christi?
No. See, you don't understand. You're not a Game of Thrones reader.
What?
Daenerys and Khal Drogo are the sun and moon. So whoever is in possession of them, powerful. Arma Christi.
No, Craig, your explanation, if it's possible, makes even less sense.
And we are all quite stupider for having heard it.
Just like this podcast. Just like this podcast.
I feel like we're back into the scheme of things. I likes it.
The swing of things?
I'm a king. I don't know if...
Don't correct me.
Got a fucking crown. I'm Clint Howard playing King Henry VIII again.
So
Dragon crown.
that was another episode of Fairpoint.
Are we sure?
Look, we really need you to please help us out. Give us a rating. Give us a review on iTunes. We mean it. Like, please, we really need it.
I'm not trying to be like all beggy like my friend over here.
I'm fucking begging.
But if you're going to do it, please at least do it as Roger Rabbit. That's the only way it's cute. Other than that, it's pathetic.
No, do it as just be yourself. Just be
you do it.
yourself.
You do it as Roger Rabbit. So then they're like, oh, bless his heart. I'm going to donate.
Please, Mr. Listeners. I can't do Roger Rabbit. I just turned into...
Please, Eddie.
I turned into like a weird version of Edwin.
You just keep going to Edwin.
It's even harder now because I'm so sick and this podcast has been taking such a toll on my voice. I just want to stop.
Well, see, the thing is, now they hear that and they go, aw, he thinks Edwin is Roger Rabbit. Poor soul.
No,
I better give him a like.
I don't. Yeah, if it...
Just
For real,
roll with
though.
it.
Like, we need those reviews. Like, that makes a big difference whether or not we can get somebody to give us money to keep doing these free podcasts. We need the reviews. And we would love if you guys would take a couple seconds to do that for us.
Please. Just please. Most importantly, on whatever platform you got us, 5-star and review. Social networking helps as well. Follow us on Twitter at FairpointPod. Follow us on Facebook. Just like that page. That's the easiest thing you're ever going to do in a day. You check. I fucking know you check your newsfeed every goddamn day. Doesn't matter who you are.
Calm down, Craig. Usually
No,
I'm the one
no.
belittling and making our listeners feel bad.
Instead of watching that one streaming video of something on Fox News,
Craig,
you should just go and give a like.
We can't fuck up the dynamic. You're the good cop. I'm the bad cop.
Listen, just in between college humor articles.
But it benefits you as well. You know how we've been a little off schedule. First of all, once episode 100 comes out,
You'll know why.
Once episode 100 comes out, it's back to weekly. So
We'll talk about that. I'm kidding.
We're sorry that we've been a little off the weekly schedule, but episode 100 is going to be dope. Episode 99, which is our 100th episode, is also going to be dope. And after that, we'll be back to weekly. If you're our
Dick and fart jokes galore, standard.
If you're our fan on Facebook or Twitter, then you'll get the updates that let you know when it's like, oh, how come there's no new episode? I better go check their Facebook and see if they've let us know what's up.
Oh, they haven't replied to me directly on Twitter. I better go email them at fairpointpodcast@yahoo.com to make sure that they're still alive.
Oh, if you can't hear it in my voice, I so want to stop talking.
He does. So please.
Craig, will you do the rest of the plugs?
Sure.
I'm just going to sit here and listen.
So while lazy man Nathan over here wants to...
I am sick. Fuck you.
I'm sick.
I don't have to take this abuse.
That's none of my business. Well, we got most of them. We did the iTunes, Facebook, Tumblr. No, we didn't do Tumblr. Tumblr, Instagram, Fairy Point Podcast. All the basic shit. And download an old episode. Get caught up. A big important one is YouTube. We do things on YouTube that we don't even do for this fucking podcast. So if you want to see more stuff from us, we have unboxings on there. We have urban explorations. We're going to have more shit coming soon. Maybe a music video. Who knows?
Reviews,
vlogs.
You got to be
full
curious.
Episodes, snippets of episodes where maybe, we did this one little skit and we'll make a video for it.
Check it out, if anything, just to see what we look like. Because whenever I end up seeing what somebody from a podcast I listen to looks like, I'm always surprised. And I'm like, wow, that's not how I imagine them. That's crazy.
I wonder, yeah. So comment on the YouTube. No, please don't. YouTube commenters are the cruelest.
No, comment, even if you're being a dick.
So seriously,
Totally drives traffic.
Let us know if we look like what you thought we would look like and why you're disappointed if we look different. Critique me.
I just can't wait for the comments like, I love Nathan's beard and stuff.
Wrong. Craig with a beard, just like Whiskey Waiter.
From the secret room, I'm Nathan K.
And I'm Craig Longinus Lewis.
Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
Or not.
No, we will.
Yeah, says you.
I'll make Craig do all the talking again.
Maybe.
If you want to start getting into Hitler, you can. How many times has anyone ever said that to you in a conversation?
Just saying, if this was a video post, my response in the comments would be, first.
Hey, man, if you want to start bringing this conversation in the direction of Hitler, feel free.
Stylish mustache. All I gotta say. I have nothing to say on his politics.
No qualms with your grooming.
I get it. I liked Charlie Chaplin too.